Hi guys, so this isn't actually a studio tour as yet because, well, if you look around behind me, I'm still kind of moving stuff in. So things are basically in here, but yeah, they're not all in their correct places. So something I've always had a big problem with, and that's paints. Not the painting of, although yeah, I probably did have a problem with painting. We're getting better at that bit. No, it's paints themselves, as in the paint bottles, where to keep them. I'm very fortunate that I get sent a lot of paints, but yeah, I have them all over the place. In fact, I'll show you exactly where they currently are in my little office studio spare bedroom. Yeah, so this is them. So as you can see, yeah, I've got paints in bags. There's a whole variety. So I've got Green Stuff World, yeah, Game Master. I've had quite a lot of paints for quite some time. But yes, there's a lot of paints in bags. Some are still in boxes. There's more paints down here. Good old Dirty Down stuff. Yeah, love that stuff. Lots of Citadel sort of paints as well. Some nice larger ones of those. But also I have a lot of paints that are, well, they're in boxes. Not the boxes they originally came in, but they are in other boxes just because, again, I've never had room to have all the paints out. And as you'd have heard me say in quite a few of my videos, I go through stages of using certain paints because I have them out and then I put them away and I get other paints out. And that's why I tend to go through stages of using, say, Army Painter or dipping inks or contrast paints. So say there's tons of paints here. These ones, yeah, these ones I haven't even got out of the box at all. And these ones, well, they were out of the box and then they went back in the box just so I could move them. So yeah, there's a whole variety of paints. Yeah, I really do have an issue, but obviously it's a good issue because it is an issue where I have more paints than space. But that is something I'm going to address in this video. So this is my desk. Yeah, I've got a few bits of paint here as well. I say honestly, I have paints all over the place. So ideally, I want to have paints on my desk just so I can obviously get to them. But obviously that's not going to hold all the paints I've got, which is why I want to have paints going all the way up the side of this unit, just so I can sort of get to them from where I'm sitting. And then maybe even some on the wall, who knows. But yeah, definitely my desk needs to, well, have all the paints that I use frequently. And then say, yeah, on this little unit to the side of me is where I want to have paints that I use, well, less frequently, but I still want to have access to all my paints. And obviously the best way to have all my paints out is to have, well, these kind of like paint racks. But the one thing you need to know about me, I don't like sort of different paint racks by different people, which obviously these ones are because they're completely different. So I want all my paint racks to look, well, uniformed and the same. So the great thing about having a room to use as a studio, office, gaming, playroom, yeah, lots and lots of storage, which is just awesome. So obviously MDF is what I'm going to be using. Again, having a storage makes it so much better for me because I can buy stuff in bulk. So buying lots of MDF is cheaper than just buying one sheet at a time. So yeah, using the good old 3mm MDF. Yeah, and let's see how we're going to cut this rather easily. And that's with this lovely, awesome machine, which you may have seen me use before. And that's right, it's the Creality Falcon 2 Pro laser engraver. Absolute awesome bit of kit this. And you would have seen in previous videos I've used this to cut MDF as well as laser engrave patterns and designs onto it. So yeah, this is what I'm going to use because, as I say, it is so easy to use. It's awesome looking. So this one, yeah, fully self-contained, which is great because then there's no sort of smells of the cutting wood. Also has an extractor fan, and as you can see, a lovely long hose, which all I need to do is just poke out of the window. So that way when this thing is working, yeah, there's no sort of smells or anything harmful going into my office. It's, well, it's all going outside, which is good for me, maybe bad for the pigeons, who knows. So yeah, these things, so simple. Guys, yeah, you watch all my videos, you'll know I am very much a plug and play kind of guy. I like things that are simple, easy to use, don't have big manuals, and yeah, this ticks all the boxes for its simplicity. Even the software you use, so I'm using Lightburn, which is just like a general kind of software you use with laser engravers. And yeah, this you can just sort of drag and drop things, or you can make things up. So the other great thing with laser engravers, there are hundreds, if not thousands, of free files out there. So anything you sort of like want to make or try and do, yeah, find the files. I've adapted this one a little bit. So as you can see here, I've put some tape on the board or on the laser engraver, just because I'm going to cut out several of the same things. So by doing this, it just means I can put my MDF sheet in the same place each time. And yeah, let this thing do its job. Obviously, I've speeded this up quite a lot. I think it was 12 minutes for each sheet, which isn't too bad. Again, there's only a few settings on here that I ever mess about with, and that's the power that the laser engraver is working at, as well as the speed. So typically, I don't normally have the power up to 100. I believe I had it on about 80%. So I could have gone for a higher power and gone faster. But yeah, obviously prolonging the life of these things, keep it down to about 80% is just great. And as I say, this thing whizzes along, cuts this out, and does obviously a perfect job. Again, you can mess about with the settings to try and get that nice optimal bit where it's going fast enough that it is cutting through, but not cutting through too much, because then obviously you're, well, wasting the energy and you will get black marks. But as you can see, yeah, these have come out perfectly and just pop out. Some just have fallen out. The rest, yeah, pop out a treat. So this does mean I am going to have loads of these little round discs, which I'm going to keep because, well, you never know. I may be in need of, well, a shed load of round discs. But say, I just love how quick, how simple, how effective these laser engravers are. All links down in the comments, guys. So definitely go and check out the Creality range of laser engravers if you're into one of these things. Again, these are one of those things that I never ever thought about. I never knew I needed. But then when you have one, there are just so many things you can do with these. I say I'm using this in its simplest form of just cutting out some MDF. But yeah, if you've seen some previous videos, I did sort of some jungle terrain and laser engraved into the wood, carved out intricate details, which is, again, another reason why these things are just so awesome. And when you get a laser engraver, you will find there's so much you can do with it. And obviously, in my case, yeah, I am using it to make up quite a lot of paint racks. Yeah, as you'll have seen at the beginning of the video, I do have, it's crazy how many paints I've got. I mean, the problem I have is, because I put some away in boxes and then put them in cupboards, I kind of just forgot just exactly how many paints I do have. It's only when obviously I recently moved that I got them all together, all out, and then realised, oh wow, yeah, I've got tons of paints that I do want to have out and usable. So yeah, being able to make my own paint racks is just, yeah, it's awesome, guys. And there we go, a little bit of gluing and sticking later, and this is the first of, well, the first of many paint racks that I'm going to be assembling. Yes, I'm just using some super glue here. Obviously, you could use PVA glue, as this is kind of wood. But yeah, I'm just going for the quick, convenient, easy way of getting it all, well, all put together. So these things, I say, you can download the files online. I get quite a lot from Thingiverse, and then you can amend them and change them, and yeah, make them however you want. So in my case, I've taken the basic design and made it a bit bigger. Because I've done that, I'm now putting in some extra supports, just, well, for that very reason. Extra supports, really. So these are going to get glued at the back, and as you can see, they're glued in and just primed with a normal matte black primer. And there we go. There's the first of probably many racks that I'm going to make. And then it's simply a case of screwing the paint rack into, well, my big racking system. And as you can see, yeah, I absolutely love it. So these are all within arm's reach of where I'm sitting, which is good. And I've left room for my little printer at the bottom. I'm probably going to put out another rack to go right down the very bottom. And then, yeah, just a case of going through my paints, kind of putting them in order of what they are, and the colours. So that's obviously them racks made. Now I need to do the same sort of thing, but for some more paint racks that can actually sit on my desk. So back to the Creality Falcon 2 Pro, and yeah, cut out more bits, but a little bit of a different sort of design this time. So in total, I think I probably cut out around about 7 paint racks, and it probably cost me somewhere between £6 and £7, which is just crazy. Obviously, it cost you that, well, it cost you more than that, just for one. And I say, honestly, guys, you get a laser engraver, you will be finding so many things that you want to do with it.
And yeah, I just love it, and I love how they work. So say this is speeded up, but it's just amazing that you can have a laser engraver in your own home, and yeah, you can make so many awesome things with it. And I say everything you do see me make, I'm making it because I want to use it. I'm not just making things just to make a video. But say I've got 7 paint racks now, but I have got room. There's another little wall just to the right of me where I'm sure I'm going to be making loads more of these, especially as they are dirt cheap and very useful because I have so many paints. Not that I'm complaining. Obviously, you never complain about having too much of anything, unless it's bad. But yeah, so yeah, all the little offcuts. I'm going to keep these. Something I haven't really mentioned or I have in previous videos. This laser engraver does have a little camera in it, which is awesome. So you can connect that up to your PC. So when you go into light burn, you can see exactly where the piece of wood is that you put in there. So yeah, never throw any wood away. Always keep every last bit because, well, every bit can be used. And that's the other reason why I do love this Creality Falcon 2 Pro. And say, other than the fact that it is fully enclosed with the extractor fan going out the window, so there's no bad fumes, smells, or any of that kind of stuff in the room. And the fact that it's got a little camera in it, so you really can get the most out of every last bit of MDF. It is cheap, but say, I am one of these frugal kind of guys, don't like wasting or throwing anything away. So as before, yeah, this thing all slots together really well. So say light burn, very easy to use. If you want to make up your own sort of designs and stuff, you can, or you can get other people's and then amend them to how you need. So like before, yeah, I've got loads of them, making them all together, kind of like batch making, I guess. And just like before, yeah, I've added some extra bits of wood in, just as a bit more support, to keep everything nice together. Because obviously the paints do weigh quite a bit when put together. So there we go. Yeah, again, primed in black just because it's nice and simple. And yeah, lots more paint racks, which I absolutely love. So it's just a case of doing what I've done before and, well, putting the paints in all their right sort of colours all together and all the rest of it. And having all the paint racks looking similar, yeah, it definitely does please my OCD as everything is uniformed and identical. So now I can have literally all my paints out at an arm's reach. So yeah, I should be able to now try and mix and match using different paints in the same projects, which is so much better than all these lovely paints sitting in boxes and bags hidden away in cupboards. So do I still have a paint problem? Yeah, I guess I kind of do, because I can't say no when someone wants to send me any. But does this help? It certainly does. So guys, check out the Creality Falcon 2 Pro, link down below, and check out all the other range of Creality products. I say the laser engravers, they always seem to be doing some decent sales. So yeah, check out just how much you can get one of these for, as trust me, when you get one, you will find so many things to make and do with it. And obviously like Warhammer terrain and that kind of stuff, there's tons of free files that you can get to make all that wonderful stuff. So yeah, many thanks for watching. Hope you guys found it informative, fun, and yeah, just enjoy the waffle. Be awesome if you could hit that subscribe button down below. Like, share, leave comments, all that wonderful stuff. And yeah, I'm going to go and cut out loads more lovely paint racks to put, well, all over the place really. So yeah, you guys take care. See you in the next one. Bye for now.